Welcome to Papa's Workshop, and I appreciate you spending some time with me today. What we're going to be doing today is adding an outlet to an existing wall. Now, if you are uncomfortable working around electricity, hire a professional. Don't do it yourself. Electricity can be dangerous, so please be careful and be safe. But let's get started with today's project. The tools that we're going to be using today is the receptacle tester to be able to make sure that our power is off. We'll be using the tape measure to measure where the outlet is going to be, along with the screwdriver, the electrical pliers, the wire stripper, and of course the pencil. We'll need the keyhole saw to be able to cut the hole into the sheetrock. And then for the installation, well, of course, we're going to need the wire, the outlet cover, and this box. This box is for after the construction is done. It has these little wings on it. When we slide it into the hole and you start to turn the screw, these little wings will flip up on the top and the bottom, and they'll be able to secure the box in place. And as we go through the installation, I'll show you how that's done. I'm in the process of remodeling, painting, sheetrocking this area. And one of the things I need to do is that on this wall, I have no outlets at all. And I want to add an outlet to this wall. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. On the other side of the wall is my shop, and I have several outlets. And this one is actually located near the center of the wall. And I think this is the one where I'm going to get the power from to add the outlet on the other side. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is come to our power panel and turn off all the power. And by doing that, it'll be safe to work on. The other thing that I want to do is make sure that you still check the outlet. Now, I went ahead and removed my 6 outlet add-on to be able to expose the actual plug. And I'm going to plug this in to verify that the power is actually off. There are no lights showing. And I also want to check the other one just to make sure. Here's why. This is the typical outlet that we're going to be installing, and this is typically what you would have in your home. Most people will believe that there's only one power supply that will come to this particular outlet. But that's not necessarily always the case. Because if you look at this, you have this little brass plate right here, and in between you have a little small tab. Well, if that tab is broken on this side, as well as on this side right here, you could literally have a power supply that would come in and attach to these 2 screws, supplying power to this outlet, and then a separate power supply coming in and attaching to the bottom 2 screws and having a separate power supply coming to this one. Although it's not common, it is possible. So that's why I say when you turn the power off, check both outlets to make sure that the power is truly off before working on it. Okay, I marked the location on the wall where I want it. So I'm now going to take my box and fit it up on here and just trace the outline. All of the boxes that I have in this particular room are all 5 feet above the floor, and I want to be able to stay consistent and put this one at the same point. Next thing, we'll grab the keyhole saw and cut the hole out. With the hole cut, let's test fit, make sure that it's going to work, and yes, it does. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and bring the wiring into the to the hole. Okay, with the outlet removed, we're just sliding the wire in. We want to leave about 6 to 8 inches of wire on this side to be able to work with. Let's go to the other side now, and we'll finish that outlet. Okay, on this side now, we're going to reach in here, be able to find the wire and pull it through. On the box itself, we have these little openings for the wire, and I push that one open, and I'm going to slip the wire into that. Again, I'm going to need about 7-8 inches of wire on this side. Now I'm going to slide that into the hole. And with the screwdriver, I'm going to tighten this, and remember those little wings will come up and be able to hold this box in the wall. And there we have it, nice and tight. Okay, I went ahead and stripped back the outer covering of the wire, and I'm now just going to strip the ends so we can attach it. Now this is 14 gauge wire, so I'm just going to use a 14 gauge slot on the wire cutters, and it's just that simple. Just put it to the distance that you want it, squeeze, and pull it off. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and make a hook on the end to be able to attach it to the screw. Okay, I'll do the same thing with the ground wire. And just so you know, the black is usually your hot wire, the white is going to be your common wire, and the one that's bare is going to be the ground. Okay, on the outlet, there's two sets of screws. This is a gold set of screws, and on the other side is a silver set of screws. The silver set of screws is what the white wire is attached to. The brass colored screw is what we use to attach to the black wire, which is the hot wire. The bare wire is the ground, and we're going to attach that to the green screw down here at the bottom. And I do this where I just hook it on. Then I just go ahead and tighten it in place. Then we'll take the white wire and attach it to the silver screw. And we'll tighten that in place. And you'll notice I'm attaching it so that the wire comes in on this side and loops around. That way when you're tightening the screw, it actually will help secure it and hold it. We'll flip it over now, and we'll attach the black wire to the brass screw. Okay, with that done now, we'll go ahead and put this into the outlet box right here. And we'll screw this in place. Okay, with that fastened in place, the last thing that we need to do is just attach the cover. There we go. Now we'll go on the other side of the wall and we'll make the connection there in that outlet. Now off camera, I went ahead and stripped the wires, and I'm attached the ground wire to the existing ground wire. Then I'm going to cut off the excess. And make sure that that is nice and folded into place. There we go. Now then, with that done, you can see on each side of this outlet, we already have the screws filled with the existing wire. So I don't have the opportunity to do that. Now I could create a pigtail, but I can also go to the back of the plug, and there are some holes there that you can insert the wires into. And that's what I'm going to do. By plugging the white one into the side with the white wire and the black one into the black side and pull to make sure they're secure. That will complete this attaching of the wires. So now all I have to do now is just screw in the outlet. Okay, with the outlet attached, and we make sure that it's nice and tight in there, we'll just go ahead and plug this in and screw it back into place. There we go. And that will complete it. All that's left, we'll turn the power on and check and make sure that everything is correct. All right, with the power back on, I'm going to use the reciprocal tester, plug this in, and I should have the two yellow lights right there. That indicates that it has the correct wiring. We'll double check the bottom just to make sure, and same thing, we have the two lights glowing. Let's go on the other side of the wall and check that one. Thank you for watching today. If you found this video useful, please remember to hit that like button, leave a comment, and please subscribe. Until next time, have fun, be safe, take care now.